So then Gerber goes into, if you turn to the next page, well, he talks about, one of the best examples of franchise business is McDonald's, right? If I ask you to identify, successful retail franchise business, maybe the most successful, what comes to mind for many people is McDonald's, right? And many of you may understand the history of McDonald's, right? Two brothers in California had a restaurant, fast food restaurant. It was called McDonald's. Very successful. There was always a line. It was 100% takeout, walk up, takeout. Always a line out front of the restaurant. And one of their vendors was a gentleman by the name of Ray Kroc. Ray used to sell them their blenders to make milkshakes. And Kroc used to show up at the McDonald's restaurant just in awe of how busy this restaurant always was. And he would stand back from afar and look at this restaurant. And in Kroc's mind, he didn't see one restaurant. He saw thousands of McDonald's restaurants. He said, I could take this concept all over the country. And so that's what led him to purchase that original McDonald's from the McDonald's brothers. And if you ever saw the movie, I forget the name of it, the actor Michael Keaton played Ray Kroc, and he was kind of a devious sort in terms of how he got control of the business from the McDonald's brothers. They weren't too happy with how that happened. But so Ray Kroc ended up as the owner and ended up opening up location after location after location. And I remember this quote from Ray Kroc. He said the following. He said, I didn't invent the hamburger. I just took it more seriously than anyone else. I like that quote. I didn't invent the hamburger. I just took it more seriously than anyone else. In fact, Ray Kroc has talked about when he was alive, in his mind, he wasn't in the hamburger business. He was in the real estate business because he owned every piece of real estate that a McDonald's sat on. And in his mind, he was making more money off the real estate than he was off selling hamburgers. But imagine McDonald's for a moment. We've all at some point been inside of a McDonald's. I'm fairly sure of that. So imagine yourself walking into a McDonald's restaurant today, tomorrow, the next day. You walk into the restaurant to place your order for lunch or breakfast or dinner. And as you think about the operation of that business, that McDonald's restaurant, as you think about that, who would you say is the most important, most key employee in that entire business? Who's the most important employee? Anyone?
First one you say.
Yeah, the order taker. I would agree with that. I think the most important employee in that whole business is the order taker, the person at the counter. So let's think about that individual for a second. Picture in your mind that person taking your order at the McDonald's. Let's start with age. What do you think the average age is of the person at the counter? Anybody? Pretty low. Margarita says pretty low.
It varies now, but
yeah. Well, you're right. Originally, I would have said 16 or 17, but now it's 16 or 17 or 65 or 70. It's one or the other. But let's go with 16 or 17 average age. Okay. And what would you say is their job experience at that age of 16? Yeah.
The first job.
What they found is almost always it's their first job. Almost always. In fact, the book that was written, one of the books written about McDonald's, it's a big book, bright red cover. I can picture it. I remember reading that book, and one of the things they shared was that over 50% of the CEOs of the Fortune 500 in this country, first job, McDonald's. That's where they got their training in business, was that first job at McDonald's. All right, so 16 years old, first job. How about education? Are we talking about PhDs here?
High school students.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully still in school, hopefully high school student. So now picture this profile. 16, 17 years old, first job, high school education, multi-million-dollar operation, very profitable, most important employee in that entire business. Interesting, isn't it?